All right. How's it going tonight, everyone? Welcome. So I know I'm late for a normal stream. I wasn't even going to stream tonight because, as you can see from the statement right underneath my hand, we lost Slater yesterday. If you were here for the stream on Monday, you'll know I said that his outlook didn't look good and he didn't have a lot of time in him yet. And yesterday he passed right there. Unfortunately, I was not here because my dumbass was at work, so I've been having a day, as you might imagine. Anyways, I'm on tonight because I am fucking done with you AI cocksucking pieces of shit. So we are writing this goddamn God forbidden piece of shit AI policy tonight because I am tired of wasting any of my fucking time on your bullshit. Tonight's trip up, don't read any of this, blah blah blah, does matter, all AI bullshit. Suggested fix, risk, blah blah blah. None of this fucking matters. I fucked up when I wrote a patch months ago. Actually, probably a year ago, more even. All we gotta do is fix it. I didn't use the event loop abstraction. Whoops. We don't need any of this. This is all fucking wasteful bullshit, blah blah blah. Then, this cocksucker attach the changes in mercurial change set rather than a review request. Logging into reviews.imfreedom.org through hub.itemfreedom.org fails with a 500 error, so I could not post one. Why the fuck do you think I would accept a goddamn change set instead of our fucking established contribution model that fucking works everywhere? Why you got a 500? Did Anubis catch him? I don't know, maybe. But who the fuck makes a mercurial change set? The mercurial devs don't even throw change sets around. Like, it's so just fucking preposterous. Rather than fix the underlying issue that's gonna affect other users, fuck it, here's how I got there. I'm done, here we fucking go. These fucking cocksuckers, man. So, if you didn't see, I posted this on Pidgin's Mastodon account. I also posted it on Blue Sky. Me, going to state this as clearly as possible here in the hopes it'll propagate quickly. My hope is that it goes to their fucking AI bullshit so that by the time I get this drafted, I never have to fucking see anything from this bullshit again. And I can just point people to the fucking thing and say, fuck off, go waste your own goddamn time. I'm not bankrolling anymore. Fuck off. Pidgin and other projects we maintain alongside it have never and will never knowingly accept AI-assisted anything. We proudly respect all licenses, open source and proprietary. We may not agree with the proprietary licenses, but if we disrespect their license, why would they respect ours, right? This is something you have to accept. And will not taint our license with whatever you think AI-generated code is licensed under. A more formal document is now in the works in the hopes that our precious volunteer time will be spared. This is that. We are starting that document right now. Because fuck you AI cocksucking pieces of shit. So a little more backstory, and I didn't want to dox him, but I'm going to do it. I got to find him again, though. We'll do it this way. So the person that's having this problem, they're specifically having this problem because they have decided that they're going to try to revive Adium, which, okay, that's fine. But they're not talking to anybody in Adium. Why would they? They do AI shit, right? So, yep, oh, there's the Claude file. Yep, I didn't see that before, but let's go look at their commits here. Let's look at their commits. It's fucking great. Let's start with this one right here, first commit. Now, number one, them forking Adium and doing their own thing, cool. You have to rename it. You just have to rename it. They haven't renamed it yet for whatever reason, but you have to rename it. So before, I don't think so at this point, they added the Claude config directory recently, at least I think. Because I wasn't going to go look through all this, because if you look, they added 2,797 lines, but they deleted 1,856,854 lines in a single commit. Oh, they changed 6,398 files. and proceeded to delete all of the unit tests, and I forget what else. I don't know the ADM code base that well, but there's a directory in here, AS unit test, and they just fucking deleted all of it. That sounds like a great idea. But yeah, so the Claude file was in here recently, or when I last looked, but yeah, it just... they are just hacking and slashing anything that Claude will fucking do to do something, and it's just, no, stop. I'm curious when that Claude file got added, though, because like I said, it wasn't there a couple days ago. Wait, where did we just see that Claude file? Oh, I'm back on the master branch. Yeah, so this guy added 3 days ago. I didn't see this last time I looked. When did I send this to Matthew? I sent this... on the 11th? Okay, I guess I just didn't notice it. I overlooked it. So, or maybe it was difference of time, whatever, doesn't matter. Just, fuck's sake. Like, who the fuck is gonna read all of this nonsense? Because, like, it explains it to the person that's using the AI, but to the maintainer of the fucking program, this is a waste of completely everything. And, like, the code's not even fucking formatted right. Like, it didn't get saved as... Afraid of seeing Slater's face on the overlay? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. It's been a hard day. And as I was saying earlier, because I just said it right away, Slater passed yesterday. If you're here on Monday, you'll know I said he wasn't doing well. But he didn't make it yesterday. He said goodbye. Right there. Unfortunately, my dumbass went to work for some fucking reason. But my roommate was here and able to be with him in his last moments. But I was not. I hauled ass home from work, but it was a half-hour drive, and I just could not make it in time. Alright, so we're taking some of that sadness and we're turning it into rage about this fucking AI fucking curse that we have all been saddled with. God, I'm so tired of this AI shit too. Just alright, so during the I Am Freedom board meeting, we discussed an AI policy, whether it makes sense for us to have an AI policy or not. If you want to read the whole thing, oh, we don't have these linked. Does this get an ID? It does. So if you want to read, you can listen to the audio thing to get the whole thing. The minutes is a summation. I try to do my best to get the important details and get everyone's opinions without putting in literally everything. Because otherwise, then you might as well just listen to the audio. I use the audio to transcode into the minutes because I'm not going to sit there and type as it because I'm part of the discussion. It's impossible to do. So yeah, is there a way to add memory or Claude or whatever file within a repo that would instruct? No, dude, they don't care. They don't even. They don't care. There's nothing you can do to tell them to fuck off. Like, the whole reason you see this anime girl everywhere, is because AI bots do not care. They don't care about robots.txt. They don't care about rate limiting. They don't care about anything. They just go full bore when they see your code. They just go. So the problem is, so is writing this policy going to actually stop the onslaught? I don't know. And is the onslaught that bad? It's impossible to say, right? Like, we've avoided the majority of it so far because we're not, we're everything we do is niche, right? That wasn't the intention of all this stuff in the beginning, but it served us well for a while. But now we're getting, somebody used, I think it's Claude. It might have been ChatGPT. No, it was ChatGPT. Oh, no. I think I'm confusing things. But somebody used some AI chatbot to fix the code in their crash rather than just sending me the backlog or the backtrace of their crash. Like, what? So that's another bug that just, yep, can't fix, won't fix. Then we got this one today. Like, literally, the patch to fix this thing. That issue that I just showed you, right? Or wherever it went. It's a -2+2. They gave me like 4 kilobyte of fucking useless nonsense. Whose time is being saved by this? Nobody's. Like, maybe the person that ran the LLM saved some time, but that time comes from me, right? That ledger, the balance has to carry across the ledger. It has to come from somewhere. I'm not paying it. Like, just fuck. So, the hope was, get the Mastodon post, get the social media post out. Hopefully someone's fucking MCP piece of shit will find it. Because, like, one of the other AI, the stuff that was in review board a couple months ago was, well, I checked this, and there was no AI policy, so I just made the patch. I was like, have you ever talked to another human being? Have you ever asked them another question and, like, maybe hit the contact form on the fucking website? No, because why would they when they can just ask a fucking agent, right? Like, open source is supposed to be about community growth and working together. AI just subverts all of that. And these fuckers are out here all the time. Just, oh, yep, I made a patch. There's a good meme I saw the other day. I was like, I asked ChatGPT. It's like, well, I asked my cat and she said you're a bitch. Because, yeah, that's how this AI fucking shit is. All right, so I started mentioning with the, if you want to go through the minutes from the board meeting, basically we came to the consensus that it may be okay for I Am Freedom to put together a policy, but not try to force it on the other projects. So I'm going to build this. We'll ask the board later once we have it set up, and then we'll decide if it needs to move or something. But so I Am Freedom itself isn't supposed to get involved with the projects, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start writing a draft AI policy that I Am Freedom will not have binding on the other projects that are associated with I Am Freedom, like ADM, for example. That's up to the ADM stewards. But the Pidgin, LibPurple, all of the other fucking side libraries they're all going to adopt this policy. Game as well, whatever, right? They're all going to adopt this policy. And we're going to put it on the I Am Freedom website because it's just going to be the most easiest place to put it. I don't want to put it in the contribution guide because then it's unlikely to be found by users who care about AI in their software or not. So we're going to put it on the I Am Freedom site. It'll be, all the projects can link to it, right, and go from there. Right now, my tentative name for this is the I Am Freedom Fuck AI Policy version 1. And that's where we're going. So unfortunately, the first thing is we have to build another section for this, which shouldn't be hard, but we'll have to do it. So what we need to do is we need to put another thing up here that says policies. So I guess we'll put it between voting procedure and knowledge base. And I don't remember where any of this is. I think it's in the Hugo Toml. Yeah, cool. Oh, it's just for the external link thing. All right, whatever. Are these spaces or tabs? Tabs. Policies. So we might have other policies. I don't know. We'll see. What's pinging me here? Oh. All right. So, not voting slash policies. Wait. Equals 30. Bump this to 40, 50. The weight just decides what order these end up in. All right, so now we should have policies link. Okay. Maybe you need to reload when... Nope. Keyboard G, thank you for the tier 1 subscription. Greatly appreciate it. Enjoy the emotes. And if you're on Discord, you should see a Discord pop up. We do have a sub-only channel in there, but we barely use Discord anymore. I need to update all that. But either way, glad to have you here. There's just the right repo, right? I don't think the menu's used. Tell me to support Pidgin AI. Greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. OG Gaming Pidgin user going back 20 years. Nice. You might be interested to know. I haven't been able to work on it much lately, but we are bringing the game name back. AOL let the trademark lapse. And yeah, so we are slowly rebuilding the Pidgin 2 UI as much as possible in GTK4. And we're calling that Game 3. And then Pidgin 3 looks a bit different. We don't have screenshots and stuff up. There are in the Flatpak beta, but we're still a long way from either of these things actually being useful for end users. Partially because I have to fucking deal with AI bullshit all the time. Not all the time, but more than I want to. So is the theme even using this? This is part of the problem. Partial header. Yeah, this should be... Okay, is there something here? There's a language code thing we have to deal with, but that's fine. Used to sell game on Windows 2000 and put it in tiny fonts on crappy laptop. Oh boy. Nice. Good times. Ah. Yeah, this is just supposed to be doing the menus. Sort on, wait. Did I typo something in here, maybe? Nope, that all looks fine. But, like, this isn't working at all. Config.toml, Okay, so I just used spaces, and that was fine there, but... Oh, we can do the pre-thing there. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, whatever. Tab's fine. Fine. Okay, cool. Wait, there's pre... Is there a suffix? Or there's prefix? No. Here we go, fucking yak shaving. Free weight title param suffix the name and okay. There's no suffix. Damn. Oh no, post. HTML to okay, cool. So this can get changed to but this isn't working regardless. Oh, am I on the wrong site? I'm on the wrong fucking site, aren't I? I'm on the wrong site. How's it going, sugar-free streaming? Welcome, welcome. Alright, what the hell's the problem? Oh, I said Hugo server. Incomplete number. Well, that's not helpful. Oh, there's a... No. What the hell's the problem? What was different here? Oh, there was a... No, I put a leading space in on accident. That's the problem. Didn't need AI to figure that out either. No. Oh, this has to be a string. Okay, that's fine. So does this. Oh, okay. Single quote string, that's fine. Let's do that for everything. Oh, right, this was a multi-line string before. All right. Hey, oh, that's shitty. All right, so we'll have to figure that out. We're just gonna put this back. Pretend we didn't see anything there. We're just gonna add our policy thing. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's okay. Alright. So we got this policy section. Now is this actually gonna work? I forget how we're supposed to do this. It's content. It's not this at all. That's what we want. So under minutes. All right, that's fine. So what else do we have for the things up here? We got voting procedure, bylaws. All right, so we are just going to go policies, new file. Okay. So we should have a page over here now. No, I guess I have to put a date in. $13. Oh, actually, it's 14. Well, number it's supposed to be 14. Oh wait, what? Oh, that's the build. We got an error. From matter is not parsable date. See. That's the problem. Okay. Ugh. I forgot a single colon and I broke ISO 8601. Alright. Where the fuck to even start with this? So I'm trying to find, so one of the discussions we had during the board meeting was that there's no sense for us to, I don't want to say there's no sense, but we've previously debated this topic and come to the conclusion that the integrity of the project matters more than anything else. We got an ad starting, so I'll finish, whatever. We'll talk about something else during the ad. But what I mean by that is we've had similar things that would potentially taint or make our license questionable, and the sources of the code that we're including. We've had previous scenarios where that could be questioned and could, in theory, taint our license, and we have decided to go against those. So we have prior standing of fuck AI. That's essentially what it amounts to. So one of the things I've linked and pulled up here, or I did. Apparently I closed it, or it's on a different browser. Whatever. There we go. I thought I had this. Oh, it's on 4. Oh no, it was on 4, and I thought I put it over here on 13. Oh, it's on 13. Why am I on 14 now? Oh no, this is the one I just opened. Like I said, today has been a very difficult day, but this AI fucking shit has to go away. No, I don't know if I believe, yeah, so Ian has since rewritten the Skype protocol plugin. It's called like Skype for Web or something. Skype for Pidgin. And this might be the same plugin or not, but now it uses the web API. It does, so his original implementation for this original implementation, you had to run Skype locally on Linux, and they exposed a dbus service. Oh, we're in an ad. Fucking ads. Come on. We're almost there. All right, so read only now? No. Oh, yeah. All right. So, anyways, the original Skype. So the original Skype protocol plugin Ian built talked to Skype for Linux via a Dbus API. Apparently, there's other discussion, but this one sums it up pretty clearly. Mark asked this whole big question, blah, 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 blah. You can go through all of it if you want. Have your AI summarize it. I don't give a shit. Richard summarized this. Mind you, this is 17 years ago. 17 and a half years ago, April of 2009. I thought we all agreed long ago that regardless of whether this is legally a GPL violation or not, we aren't going to encourage the use of this plugin because it violates the spirit of the GPL. On the philosophical side, you're still playing with and depending on non-free code. As a practical consequence, this plugin makes it less likely that someone will write an entirely free GPL Skype protocol plugin. To establish an example of something that I know, or that I think would be legally infringing, I don't believe the GPL wouldn't allow someone to take the Skype API, the Skype protocol plugin, and LibPurple and ship them together saying, it's LibPurple now with Skype support. To me, that would be a derivative work of LibPurple and thus more than a mere aggregation. So, 17 and a half years ago, we have precedents of where our work, or where we decided things were going on. Luke adds, Richard has adequately and accurately summarized my understanding of past consensus. And I think it was Ethan. Then Ethan says, I would say Ethan tried to reword a little bit, but it's everyone's on board. I didn't chime in on this, but that's it. And this is also why we keep all of our history, right? So there's another example, and I pinged Ethan on it tonight, and he doesn't remember where the discussion took place, but there was another discussion that we can't find the logs of. I might mention it and just say we can't find the logs of it. We can't remember where the discussion was. I can't find them on SourceForge. Can't find them on the mailing list. But way back when, somebody started decompiling the Yahoo protocol plugin, or the Yahoo Messenger for Windows, and they started submitting patches against that code. So there's this thing called clean room development, or redevelopment, clean room implementation, clean room design. There we go. The whole idea is, also known as Chinese wall technique, is a method of copying a design by reverse engineering and then recreating it without infringing on any of the copyrights associated with the original design. Clean room design is useful as a defense against copyright infringement because it relies on independent creation. However, because independent invention is not a defense against patents, clean room designs typically cannot be used to circumvent patent restrictions, right? We use clean room design to implement proprietary protocol plugins. So we do not infringe on any copyright, any intellectual property, whatever, right? Oracle would disagree because they would say that you can copyright an API. That got thrown out, whatever, right? That's why that case was so important, especially to Pidgin and other projects, right? So AI makes any of this impossible to track, right? If we were to start accepting AI code, we can't guarantee that that code didn't come from proprietary code. We can't guarantee our license anymore, right? Now, it's one thing for a human to re-implement something from memory. It's another thing from a machine that got quote unquote trained on something and has all the details, right? The person's never going to remember all of the details. Just memory is lossy, right? Just by default, even if you have an eidetic memory. Like maybe not, I don't know. I don't really know how eidetic memories work, but the vast majority of the population does not have one. So yeah. Yeah, exactly. CGI Joe. So those of you on Twitch, CGI Joe is saying on YouTube, see also Halt and Catch Fire season 1, actually maybe even episode 1. It's a TV show on HBO or something, where they dramatize the compact re-implement. Well, it's not compact in the show, but they dramatize compact reverse engineering IBM PC BIOS via clean room implementation, or via clean room design. And that's how you got PC clones. That's how we got to where we are today, is because of clean room design, and IBM couldn't sue them because they didn't infringe on anything, right? This is all about legality and covering our asses, right? Pidgin hasn't been around 28 years because we just do whatever we want and we piss off all these big companies whose walled gardens we take down, right? Like, keep that in mind. We are breaking down the walls to their walled garden. They don't want you moving your friends anywhere else, right? Like Cory Doctorow talks about this all the time, right? Where part of enshittification, when Facebook was a new startup, whatever, they wrote a tool where you could log in to MySpace. You would give the Facebook tool your MySpace credentials, and it would add any of your friends that were on MySpace to your Facebook profile and invite them so that they could migrate everybody over to Facebook, right? That's the kind of stuff that they want to do. They want everybody on their platform, right? Pidgin doesn't care, right? Pidgin wants to connect you with people regardless of what platforms they choose to be on, right? The whole thing with Facebook in particular and these other big social media sites is they lock you into their platform so they can track you and create ads and sell you shit. Pidgin has no desire to do any of that. We are trying to connect people. We are trying to let you talk to each other, right? We have no business model. Our business model is, hey, I want to talk to all my friends that are on all these different platforms, and hey, you probably want to do that too. That's our business model, right? So if we piss off these companies, they will shut us down or hit us in court, right? So our only way to survive is to not give them anything to work with, anything to come against us, right? So like even the Spasm protocol plugin, it is 100% legit. Writing chat protocol plugins now is way easier than it was back in the day because a lot of these are open, right? People want integrations. They want stuff to work in other sites and stuff like that. So it's easy, right? You just sign up for a developer account. You create a client ID and a client secret in many cases. They give you an API to work with and stuff like that. But like take Slack, for example. Slack has this crazy API for writing bots and integrations, but they don't want you logging in as users. However, to not duplicate effort, Slack has a single API. But the API for logins and certain other things that only users would do can't be used by, or can't be called via a normal bot token or API token or whatever. It has to use a user login. All of that is not documented because they don't want people writing clone applications and stuff. So what we do is so there's a tool out there called Charles Proxy. There's also MITM proxy, call it man in the middle proxy. I prefer to call it monster in the middle proxy. There's other tools that do this stuff like that. What you do is, so Charles Proxy costs a little bit of money. It's not too much. Actually, before I show this, let's make sure I'm not going to show my thing. Oh, it says right there in the menu. Okay. I'm worried it was going to show my license key or something. So you'll see this is registered to me, paid for it, right? Remember what I said? Pidgin respects open source and proprietary license, right? We want the world to be open source, ideally. We understand not everybody has that feelings, right? That's the whole reason why we support any proprietary protocol plugins. We're trying to work within the means of the system and still enable people, right? That's our goals. So what you do with Charles Proxy, is there an easy way I can do this without fucking doxing a whole bunch of shit? That's a Pine phone. Is this on? Oh no, this is gonna be dead. Bootloader is unlocked. Yeah, I know. We're gonna let this boot up. So what Charles Proxy does is, you may have worked at a corporate network, at a company where your corporate network would do what we call TLS inspection. What they do is they load a self-signed or a whatever cert onto everybody's work machines, and then they run you through a proxy, and that proxy uses that cert. So you see all that stuff coming in? That's from my phone. This is my phone starting up. That is all the web requests that my phone is making at boot up. I have the Charles Proxy TLS cert loaded onto my phone. My phone will accept that cert for any domain. There's some hoops you have to jump through to make it work, but that'll work, right? So without trying to get to too many specific details here, let's go look at Google Ads. Oh, I got a 503 on that for some reason. Inbox to google.com. I'm trying to make sure I don't have passwords and stuff. Oh, we got proto buffs here. Oop, one's falling. Let's look for something easier. All right, let's just do this. Yeah, this is fine to show, I think. Timing, request, not showing headers or anything. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to open up the browser. Password on here is 1234. Don't bother trying to get it. Oh, see all these certain whatever, right? So I'm just going to go to https://iamfreedom.org. Hit go. Okay. So you'll see on my phone, you can see the lock icon kind of. I don't have enough battery power to actually show you, and I can't reach. But the phone believes everything's good. So here is the I Am Freedom site, right? It's a TLS connection. I have the entire connection. I can see every request in here. Contents. I can see the entire request. I can see what the phone sent. So what the phone sent is all here, right? Did it get method? We can go to the raw. This is the raw HTTP that it got sent, right? Cool, right? We can look at the raw response from the server, right? I can read all of this. This is how we reverse engineer modern protocols, right? Because you just install the app on your phone and you go. This is how we do it. So, those of you that may know, I did some contract work years back for Beeper. Beeper is actually a competing multi-protocol client. They use Matrix as their intermediary. So they implement all of the other protocols via Matrix bridges. I wrote for them the Discord bridge, which I think is still in use. Talur has heavily modified it. My work was basically the bootstrap of it. I also started the Slack bridge for them. I thought we did another bridge too. I don't remember. But I also updated the Google Hangouts library to Google Chat. A lot of that built on the work that Ian did for Google Chat, but then a lot of it was also figuring out other logins and stuff like that. I use Charles Proxy to do that, right? Google doesn't have a public API for Google Chat. And we did that by loading the app here on your phone and then reading everything through Charles Proxy. This is how we implement it, right? This is clean room development. I can't see your code. You can't copyright a web request, but I can see the web request. So I can work from that and build things. This is how that works, right? What AI does is it takes all the code and mixes it all together in a giant tumbler and tries to pretend that it didn't break copyright and that you have permission to use everything. That's bullshit. Just full stop. For a number of reasons, but it's just bullshit, right? That is very different than what we actually do here. How do I turn you on? I guess we'll just leave you there. I just went back to the bootloader screen, even though I told it to shut down. But that's how we do it, right? We read the web request, we re-implement, we go, okay, yeah. With Discord is very strong bot detection, and they do that by doing a whole lot of extra bullshit in their HTTP headers and certain requests and user agent strings and stuff like that. And just like we used to do back in the day to avoid getting caught on AOL and stuff, we masquerade as the official clients in every way, shape, and form, right? So like we set user agent strings. We try to make sure that HTTP headers, in this case, are coming out in the same predictable order because they will look for those things. These are all things that you can fingerprint to detect if someone's using the real client or not. Right? And we find out when they're using that when we get disconnected because we sent a request that used to work and now it doesn't, and the only difference is the fucking headers are in different order, and you're like, damn it. Right? That's how it goes. Right? It's a cat and mouse game because the companies can't actually do anything to stop us. We're not doing anything illegal. And this is where the terms of service comes in. Right? So like people will say like, oh, well, isn't this illegal? Whatever. Terms of service is not a criminal action. Like, it's a terms of service, right? If you violate the terms of service, they terminate the service. Some of them will have problems with spoofing, right? So here's the other thing to keep in mind with that, right? Their concern isn't us, right? We are good faith actors that are trying to give end users an option, right? Their bigger concern are the bots and the scammers and the phishers, right? The people that are going to get into their services to try to scam their users. That's their bigger concern, right? Now, obviously, sure, with something like LibPurple, the scammers, phishers, predators, and all that shit could use the LibPurple plugin to do the same thing. But then again, you then get into the same problem of end-to-end encryption is good to keep marginalized people safe. Pedos will use it, right? There, unfortunately, it's a dichotomy that has to exist, right? Like you can't have. This is the whole backdoor encryption thing, right? Like, we want a backdoor encryption to get the bad guys. Okay, well, what's the definition of bad? We all have this idea of what the definition of bad is, which is, you know, usually pretty much all the same, right? But once that definition of bad changes and it starts moving more and more to the innocent, and then, well, the backdoor's there, and now they say that, you know, oh, jaywalking across the street is now a bad thing. We're gonna, you know, decrypt all your data because you jaywalked, right? Because that's what they're gonna do, because getting those cases is gonna be easier than trying to prove that somebody is a drug dealer or exploiting children or whatever, right? All of those ones are very hard work, right? And at the end of the day, a lot of law enforcement, and I'm speculating here, I don't have hard numbers, a lot of law enforcement stuff has a certain amount of metrics they have to hit, or they're expected to hit, right? How many tickets did you give out this month? How many, whatever, right? This is what we all used to joke about called, you know, it's the first of the month or the end of the month with quotas. They claim they don't have them anymore, but that seems to be bullshit in my opinion. But I don't know. I'm not involved in it, right? And they would keep it quiet anyways. But it becomes a whole problem, which even to tie it back to AI is, right? Why would somebody do the hard work of actually proving something when they can, or proving something hard when they can prove something easy and then just do the easy thing, right? That's precisely what LLMs and chatbots and shit are too, right? Why would I go learn this programming language when I can tell this bot what I want and it just spits it out? Well, you want to learn it so that you can actually maintain it and fix it. But the thing is, nobody wants to fix and maintain this. And I would argue that's the same thing that law enforcement is going, but whatever, that's a whole nother topic. But yeah. So we're just going to try to spit out what I said here previously. But yeah. But maybe you meant something different as spoofing, Mr. Love Pickle? I'm not sure. Because keep in mind too, like, people will, like, you can run Android apps on other devices. And you can automate those other devices as well. And that's arguably a better fit than, like trying to use LibPurple or something, and because, you know, you are guaranteed to have the real client. So like any changes, you don't have to worry about us reverse engineering and figuring it out, right? So what you would do is you would build like something on Chrome OS or Android, and you would just run the native Android app, and you would have something that can automate it, you know, either via the accessibility APIs or something to do like virtual key presses and stuff like that. And that's just how you would go, right? And you would do that because that's more reusable across different apps, right? Like in the libpurple case, all right, well, you want to talk to WhatsApp? Well, now we have to completely reverse engineer WhatsApp. People have done it. And there's a bunch of different language bindings and stuff for it. But right, you have to have a separate one for each one. Whereas if you're just automating the app, all you have to do is update your automations. You don't have to rebuild the automation framework, right? So there are better and easier ways for people to do that shit than to try to build a libpurple plugin and use that. Now, again, they could use that, but they're typically gonna go the other way because it's easier, more reliable that way. And they, you know, they cast a bigger net. I'm gonna have to link all this shit. This is why I hate writing docs like this. Is it like this format or something? It's something like this. What do you call these? It's like Hugo Wiki links or something. Internal links. Relref, no. It might just be markdown links too. I should have went to the Hugo page. Links and cross references. I want like annotation. Document names. Anchors. Examples. Markdown short links. I don't know what these are called. Is a problem. Oh. Well, you could have saved time by asking AI for this. Yeah, or I can just fucking search and get it, and it'll be fine. I think I have this somewhere. The problem is I don't know where. And I just closed my tab. AI wouldn't close your tab. Reference style links. That doesn't look right though. So I think it's in the Pidgin site, but I can't remember now. Okay, there we go. Oh. Okay, you do not put the parens after it. Cool. There we go. That's how you do the short links. Yay! I was close. I just missed the colon and didn't need the parens. The original script protocol plugin. We should do this. The problem with this setup is now I have to keep these damn numbers right. Or we can, I think, can we do this? If we can do this, that'll be cool. Which it looked like we could do this. Okay, cool. Nice. Now I don't have to worry about the numbers getting changed. All right, the original version of the Skype protocol plugin talked to the native Skype via its dbus. I got the wrong its. dbus API. For much discussion, was decided that even if there isn't technically a GPL violation, we felt that it went against the spirit of the GPL, and thus decided to not recommend that plugin. Oh. The mailing list thread where this can be found here. Skype. Mailing list. I'll just say Skype Devil. I closed the damn thing. Oh, there it is. No, but I want to go back to the beginning. I'll say, Ian Rob eventually, yeah, rewrote the plugin to talk to the web API. Which then avoided the issues that were laid out in the mailing list thread. And proved Richard's point about a GPL compatible version being created. Version 1. This document describes the stance of instant messaging. I'm going to have to run this through the board and everything too, but messaging. The stance of instant messaging freedom on the use of AI and or LLMs or other similar technologies oh fucking hell. Ian just pointed out that the Nutman guy is different than the other one I just looked at. He has a different fork. That is 187 commits ahead. So this... There's no issues here. libotr4 is abandoned. As far as I know, it wasn't completed. So great. What? Really? So GitHub used to tell you right at the top that a user you have banned has contributed to this software. Oh. You fucking bitches, man. Claude didn't actually get full attribution, so it doesn't show up as being blocked up here. God, this shit is so fucking sweaty, man. It's gross. So they have I'm gonna use Claude to do all this and turn off issues, so nobody can say anything to me about what I'm doing. Well, right now they're doing trademark infringement. Just, oh my goodness. Just, the entitlement of these people is just mind-blowing, man. Absolutely mind-blowing. We don't have to link GPL. If you're at this doc, you should be able to know what the fuck it is. Oh, we're doing this. Okay. Swagger describes a stance of instant messaging freedom on the use of AI and other similar technologies. Is just a recommendation for projects that instant messaging freedom represents, and its use is decided by those projects. And its application is determined by those projects independently of instant messaging freedom. Never true to malice what is adequately explained by stupidity. Yeah, Helen's razor is I don't think Helen's razor exists anymore in the world of AI. Right? Because you can't blame stupidity here when everybody is calling these things copyright infringing machines and stuff like that. At that point, it's just malice. Right? You can't tell me these people are sitting there going, oh yeah, I had no idea. I had no idea the legal and ethical issues, not to mention the environmental issues presented by any of this, because nobody ever told me. Right? I don't buy that for a second. Power off. Actually shut down this time. Oh, you know what? Did I plug it in after? I think I plugged it in after I powered it off. In short. So we're going to say a short version. Messaging freedom does not... The problem is the stance I need to write this from, but it's okay. What's the word I'm looking for? Does not condone use of AI for use in software development. So in any stage of software development. That includes planning, issues, development, code review. What else am I missing? Testing, deployment, etc. I was told also that I should read the Rust, the Rust stuff. Not sure if you're aware, but Twitch now use. Yeah. Do you read my toots, man? Yes, and I already turned it off. Sorry, I'm having a side discussion with Ian about the name problems. Number of how's it going, iMonkey Man? All right. So on. This is gonna need so much work. This is why I don't want to do this. It's gonna take so fucking long. It's such a waste of fucking time. That's... I don't know what he's trying to argue with me about. Like, the ADM project has a legal right to force these projects to rename. Full stop. It is not my decision on what to do. Like, what does it mean to revive a dead project? Generally speaking, people rename the projects. That is the reasonable thing to do. Because as a maintainer, which these people aren't, and they don't know from experience, I'm not trying to harp on them or anything, or nag on them, whatever. When they don't change the name, they're going to get people using old versions and complaining that it doesn't work. They're going to tell people to upgrade. People are going to say, well, I don't want to upgrade. I'm on a 68K Mac where ADM used to work, blah, blah, blah. And they're not going to be able to do anything with them, right? They avoid that entire class of problems by not using the same name. Just, that's the way it goes. Mm-hmm. I just told him I'm using the Skype protocol plugin. I said, TLDR, if we wouldn't accept something we felt broke the spirit of the GPL, why would we consider accepting code whose author and copyright is unknown due to it coming from AI? That helps clear that up a little bit more. But, like, the whole fact I have to write this doc, it's just... The real version of the Skype protocol plugin talked to the native Skype client via its dbus API. After much discussion, it was decided that even if there isn't technically a GPL violation, a license violation, we felt that it went against the spirit of sure, we'll go to Wikipedia. I don't care about typos right now. I'm so fucking far away from needing a proofread. Like, I'm just, yeah, I just don't care. Like, we're at the point of outline. And you're like, typo, typo, typo. No, who cares? All lines are probably going to get rewritten a million times. Would it be faster if I wrote it with AI? Oh, look, I forgot a period there. Line 30. Let's go fix it. Yeah, there isn't technically a license violation. There wasn't technically a license violation, but we felt that it went against the spirit of the GPL, and thus decided not to recommend that plugin. I probably shouldn't call out people's names directly. That's not something we should do in a policy document, right? The author eventually rewrote the plugin to talk to the web API, which then avoided the issues that were laid out in the mailing list thread. And led to a GPL version, a compatible version being created, which was also mentioned on the in the thread. Do not condone the use of AI for any use in any stage of software development. That includes planning, issue tracking, development, code review, testing, deployment, and so on. He's he said he remembers at the time feeling pretty shit about how people react to that. I was lucky I was so stubborn that I stuck around to do the other plugins instead. Could have just been pushed out and grumpy and never came back. Yeah, yeah. Then what would he have done with his life for the last 4 years? 24 years. He said, I know you and I don't have the same opinions on this, and that's also pretty positive in my books, yeah. Weird when everything's the same way, 100%. Alright, we can disagree, and we're still cool. So I'm like, wait, let me give you, like, I'm trying to be fair. Is he really there? Where do I have this data? We started this data, remember? All right, where were we here? Purple also trademarked? I know nothing about trademark. So none of our trademarks are registered. In the US and many other places around the world, or sorry, the USA and many other places around the world. I forget the exact term, but you get basically it's like we're in an ad. I'll wait till the ad's over because, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna grab water. I don't need to grab water, but I need to pee, so I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, much better. Oh, you don't have ads? Well, either way, ads are done now. Okay, so, what do you mean forked a few purple things? Which purple things did they fork? Right? The thing is, we're talking about two different things here, right? Using AI to create a fork of a project is not inherently a problem, right? As long as you're following the license of the project, it's right now, for all intents and purposes, appears to be okay. The problem here with these adium things is they are creating new idioms, right? It doesn't matter if there's AI involved or not. The problem is they're creating new idiom and calling it idiom. That's the problem, right? The fact that they're doing it with AI is just, you know, the icing on the cake that they're assholes. But yeah. You're recently talking to a vendor about a request for quote. I assume that's what you mean. You put out, talk about how I didn't want AI usage, and they agreed. You right-clicked the tendered response doc. I went to properties, authored by Python docx. I mean, probably AI, but did they know that, right? And even then, does that, like, what were your terms for the AI usage, right? Not to be that guy, but that's what it's going to come down to, right? Like, okay, well, in the project, you don't have to use AI, but, you know, internally, we use all this shit. All right. But, like, I'm not reading this whole fucking doc for what is a -2+2 patch, right? This is just arguably way more bullshit than needs to be here. And then I'm not going to, you know, completely change our change set stuff because their AI garbage couldn't talk to our shit. Is Microsoft, so maybe they're mandated? Yeah, right, exactly, right? Now, I'm not saying it's good or bad, just, you know, things change depending on where you are and everything. Yeah, right, so, like, my feelings are, and this is from limited experience, but it appears to me right now that whether or not a software project uses AI or not is either it always uses AI, or you use AI for all of it, or use AI for none of it. From what I can tell, I haven't used the modern stuff because I just have no desire to throw away my passion for the sake of saving time and giving somebody else money. That's stupid. I'd like to actually create things. It's part of the passion part of it. Where's it going? Sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. The binary on or off, right? My understanding is when you tell it to refactor something, it's going to possibly go and destroy everything that you did already. So, like, why would I get myself in that situation, right? Like, oh, I just threw away money for it to delete stuff that I just handcrafted that is the correct thing because it thought it was wrong and because it doesn't know how this actually works. Right? Like I run into enough problems in developing software, I'm not going to pay to add more. I think that's a perfectly acceptable and valid reason. And the people that are going to fight me tooth and nail on it are, we'll just say, inexperienced. Trying to be, yeah. No, it's not even a matter of working hard to write bugs. Like, these things don't think, man. So, okay. I'll give you two examples from one of my clients. My boss decides to add a caching layer to a script that reaches out to an external service. He uses AI to do it. I know, because I know how the systems work, that the program calling the script can cache the results, and that I haven't turned it on yet because I didn't yet understand the effects of turning it on. Instead of merging his 500 plus lines of AI fucking gobbledygook from hell, since he was rolling the dice with AI random code and turned it on in prod anyways, I backed out his code and turned it on at the layer above. I fixed the problem. The problem with AI is it cannot see the whole picture. Ever. It just can't. It doesn't it can't think. It can't see problems outside of the things you give it directly. Right? So, okay, cool, it can fix all your code, but does it know that when you're in this data center, your databases are named this, and in this data center, they're named this? No, it doesn't know that, but your humans do. Or they can know where to go and look for it. And you can say, well, you could have the AI go and do that too. Yeah, sure, you could. But now you just have more things that you have to tell about it, right? So, next example, same guy. We have a script that gets deployed to two different places. Both places as servers, but with a little different interactions. One of them handles a whole lot more stuff. Other ones are more localized. Think of it as like a fan in, right? A bunch of things talk to this guy, it fans into here, but a bunch of individuals connect to this guy, but then you have all of these other ones that are grouping and aggregating other stuff. He asked me to deploy on the two with two different versions of the script. It is one script that gets deployed to both places. Okay, well, how the fuck do you want me to proceed here? Do you want me to completely change the deployment methods for both of these so you can use your fucking AI garbage machine? Or do we, I don't know, want to just actually fix the fucking problem? Like, where are we saving work here, right? Where are we saving time, right? Sure, he might have been able to write that code real fast, but now we have to pay back that, we have to pay that back, right? Because the AI doesn't understand everything. So now me, a human who has limited hours at that client and is busy as shit, now has more fucking bullshit to figure out. Because AI, which saves time. It's such a fucking joke. I can't believe so many people still fall for this fucking nonsense. It's just so fucking ridiculous. I can't wait for 5 years when even if it even takes 5 years for all this shit to just fall over. Right? Did I close it now? I guess I did. It's like these adium things, right? Cool. You forked it. And since you're a fork, you don't get issues by default. But you're a new adium. So what? All the issues are going to go to the old fucking project where you can't close issues? Fucking great. Thanks. Right? It's just, oh my God. It is so absolutely just fucking ridiculous. And to be clear, my statements may be, people may try to misconstrue my statements to be like, oh, well, you're gatekeeping programming. No, not at all. Not by any means. AI, blocking AI does not gatekeep programming. There are tons of projects out there to help people learn how to code. AI does not teach you how to code. It teaches you how to build shitty things. AI is the 3D printer of code generation, right? Maybe your print works this time, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Roll the dice. Depends on the state of your machine. Earlier, GitHub Copilot where just autocomplete. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I hate autocomplete. You see me lose it all the time when I'm doing Markdown here in Sublime Text because it's fucking dumb. Right? Because I'll be like, da-da-da-da-da, type. Or, okay, no, of course, now it's not going to do it. Right? It'll pop up a context menu all the time. I'm writing fucking Markdown. I do not ever need a fucking autocomplete in Markdown. Just stop. Especially after a period. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Right? It says Markdown extended right here. I know you can't see it. It's probably hidden behind me. Oh, I gotta go this way. Markdown extended right here. What the fuck am I gonna autocomplete in a Markdown doc? A fucking hash? Oh, what level heading do you want? I don't know. Let me type hash a couple times and we'll see how it looks. Anyways. The only autocomplete I ever want is what Vim has by default. Well, Vim's by default is okay. It's not as good as Sublime's. But it'll give you autocompletion suggestions based on things it's seen in the current file. That's all I want. All I have to do is type it once, and then it's there forever. Or then I can reuse it whenever. Sublime's is better than Vim's because Vim is a prefix match. Sublime's is a fuzzy match. So, for example, let's do this. Right, so like here, I can say purple plug air cork, right? I type PURPLEQ and then I can hit enter. That's a fuzzy match, right? Cool, right? If I go to Vim, I can say, oh, gotta be in insert mode, Control N, per, what the fuck? Okay, yeah. In insert mode, Control N. Oh, no, sorry, I have to start typing. So I can say purple plug, Control N. Okay, so that's apparently the only one, they're the first one there, right? But I can start typing and do this, and it'll do a prefix match. This is more than acceptable for me in Vim. Right? I see people using C tags, exuberant C tags, using LSPs and all this other nonsense, and it's just cool. If it works for you, fine. But I don't know. This shit all gets in my way, primarily because I write C, and we don't have namespaces in C. So every symbol is prefixed with the namespace it is in. Which means when I have to do a prefix match, it's a pain in the ass because I have to type purple plug to get to the damn match. It sucks. But yeah. Excuse me. You love Vim's autocomplete. It's part of the reason why I'm liking C. No generics or methods, so Doco is actually easier to grasp with an autocomplete. Yeah. I've long said that one of the things that's great about C is it has a very small base. It's also a problem for a number of reasons, but like, I always exaggerate this because I don't know the real number, but I was like, how many different pointer types does C++ have now? 25, right? It's not 25, but it's just like, dude, when I have to care about the particulars that much, I'm just, no, that's too much mental load. It's too much mental tax. What works for you, Small Knight? And again, I'm not trying to tell anyone what to do, right? Use whatever tool works best and lets you do your job. If that tool is AI based, fine, all means, that's cool. But don't expect to get contributions into Pidgin that came from AI tools. Right? That's fine, right? It's like a term of service, right? The terms of service for contributing to Pidgin is no AI slop. Ian thinks he found his first commit. You're not getting anything done, it's fine. Yeah, reload's fine. And he doesn't escape hexadecimal references. Huh. Oh. So Ian's name is on I almost said, I don't know what I said. I think I almost said BitHub, which is not a thing. Bitbucket / GitHub portmanteau, I guess. Anyways, his name on SourceForge is Big Brown Chunks in reference to poop. I found out later. Like, oh, he apparently kept track of all of his stuff. Fix groups again in Adium. Oh, this is 2010. Oh, he's looking at Skype? He said no. Okay, so I've been telling that wrong for a while. All right, he doesn't have like commit hashes or anything in there, which is fine, or ticket up numbers, but yeah. It's funny. He's just like, no, it's not a poop reference. Oh boy. At that parties, we had a running gag that every time we died, we had to change our name. And at some point, me and another guy kept trying to come up with names that sounded gross, but were innocent, or had an innocent backstory, and Big Brown Chunks just stuck. That's hilarious. There's a chocolate reference to do with the Half-Life 1 deathmatch map we played. Nice. It was more hilarious when Telepathy Haze used protocol IDs as display names. Oh boy. Oh, I should wrap this. We're getting so far in this doc. This is the other reason I knew this thing was going to take for fucking ever. Because the thing too is, right, I'm going to write something like this. It's going to get reviewed a bunch of times. People are going to find all my typos. We're going to go back and forth a number of times, fix it, blah, blah, blah. Then we're going to post it, and then some jackass is going to be like, well, you don't handle this case. And it's going to be like, oh, fuck. That is a great story. The Facebook plugin was displaying as Big Brown Chunks in people's telepathy clients because they did a split purple ID -1 instead of using purple name. That's good. That's real good. What time is it for him anyways? Oh, he's still at work. All right. There have been a number of patch decisions that are relevant to whether or not AI-assisted work should be accepted. We believe these past decisions, while not explicitly about AI, this needs to be worded a bit more to say, like, we're just going to call this AI for the rest of the doc, and we're not going to type it again, blah, 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 blah. So, all right. And also, for what it's worth, I've tried to give Ian a developer title multiple times, and he's rejected it each time. I'm trying to go 13. Hey, hardware support team, fix server 1234. The MV has failed. Support. When's a good time to do that? Did you even bother to look to see if it only has one? Jeez. If you haven't heard, We lost Slater yesterday. So it has been a hell of a day. The dude's name is Forrest. So, yeah. So I've been taking it easy today. I'm only here because I am fucking done with AI people. Run, Forrest, run. Fuck, I can't think of any other Forrest Gump quotes right now. Server's like a box of chocolate, never know what you're gonna get. Sure. That one's a bit of a reach. Yeah, thank you, appreciate it. Did we put anything here yet? Nope. But yeah, so Sunday night he went into the emergency ER again for not breathing well. And we had made the call to euthanize. But then my roommate got really sick feeling, and he was looking pretty much the same as he had for the past 2 months. So we decided to bring him home. And he looked mostly okay, but then he took a turn for the worse yesterday while I was at work. Unfortunately, I did not make it home in time, but at least my roommate was here with him. But it's been a hard week, and then plus some too. Also, one of our fosters, Sassafras, he went to one of the humane societies on Monday to get adopted. He still hasn't shown up on their site, so I'm not sure what that's about yet. I don't know what we're going to find out, if anything, there. One of the other cats was having issues. It's been a lot. On the plus side, we switched up some of my meds, and I feel way better. No. We still have 5 kittens upstairs. Well, they're 1-year-olds now, and their mama. The one thing I do not need is more cats. Although there is a possibility that we are going to adopt one. That was a feral outside. But we couldn't bring him in when he needed to be brought in because of many things. The biggest of which is we didn't have a spot for him. And while he could have possibly gone everywhere else with Slater, it would have been too much, especially for Slater, so we didn't. But he is now all healed up and everything. But he's a super lovey cat. Actually, let me find him real quick. So this is Magic Bruno when the page loads. His story is a real sad one too. It's a tearjerker. So Urban Cat Coalition is a nonprofit cat rescue we work with. We still need to get most of the ferals around here TNR'd with them, but we're doing everything else with them. The ferals, the fosters we have right now, they're all under Urban Cats, all that, blah, blah, blah. Urban Cats, good organization, volunteer run, things take a little bit longer. It's how it goes. So, as I said, Bruno was a neighborhood stray with a fan club of caretakers. We were the last one before he went. We took him to the person that had a medical for Urban Cat. She had room to take him, and he needed medical attention. So, and generally did his own thing until he got gravely ill. Yep. Urban Cat Coalition got an urgent plea for help and rushed him to the emergency vet. Sure. That's not exactly, but it's fine. Was he barely clinging to life? Nobody said that, but yeah. Oh, he did get a feeding tube. Oh, wow. Okay, I missed that part where he got a feeding tube. Months of medication and several moments where nobody was entirely sure Bruno would make it. Okay. Bruno had other plans today. He's healthy and happy with a variety of hobbies that include flinging toy mice across the room, carrying on conversations in a delightful, congested little meow, purring at full volume, and performing a signature Prezumi head shake that looks like he's buffering before taking off. Nice. I haven't read this in a while. He does have this eye stuff. At some points when he's outside, it got real bad. He was not a fan because he was still outside, and I was able to get it off him, stuff like that. But he loves attention. He loves laps. He loves being near people. There is, however, a small Bruno-shaped catch. Bruno believes affection operates under a permit system. He would very much like to sit on you. He may even press his face into yours while purring like a chainsaw, but touching him requires authorization. and the list of approved petting locations changes without notice. Violations may result in a corrective paw tap from management. For this reason, Bruno is looking for an experienced cat person with a good sense of humor and respect for feline laws. His FIV status sometimes leaves him with a runny nose, watery eyes, and the occasional crusty face. FIV, for those that don't know, is feline immunovirus, however you say it. It's HIV for cats. It's cat version of HIV. It's not generally, yeah, kitty AIDS. It's not generally contractable unless it gets into like a wound or something. I don't know if they lick, they don't get it from licking each other, do they? I don't think so. But Bruno considers any assistant with said crust an outrageous invasion of privacy. Yeah, he does. But he tolerates the necessary maintenance. Beneath the boogers are stunning amber eyes. He gets along well with other cats and would enjoy feline companionship, but could also be perfectly happy as an only pet. Dogs are tolerated. He isn't polished, he isn't perfect. He occasionally sneezes directly in your face. Biggie used to do that all the fucking time. But he's funny, affectionate, resilient, and proof that sometimes even the scrappiest of cats can get happiest endings. If you're the kind of person who appreciates a little bit of lovable nonsense, Bruno awaits. And then, you know, FIV is no big deal. These cats can live normal lives and cohabitate with FIV negative cats. FIV plus cats do benefit from some lysine supplements to boost their immune system and a regular check-in with the vet to keep them tip-top. But, yeah. So yeah, he was born November 23rd of 20. It just, he was actually TNR'd 2 blocks that way. And then he found better food here, I guess, and he spent like 2 years here with us. Your diabetic kitty is FIV plus? Oh, that poor kitty. Yeah, like I said, I thought it was only from like fighting and stuff like that. Oh yeah. You're just giving the pick. I'm trying to find the bug reports for lulz. Nice. Getting back to what Ian was saying. But yeah, so what set me off to finally decide that we're just writing this damn AI policy, we had the I Am Freedom board meeting on this past Saturday. Patrick Cloak, who works on Thunderbird, brought it up. He's an I Am Freedom board member. He used to also work on Instant Bird, which was a libpurple front end using Microsoft Mozilla's Zool toolkit, XUL. And you know, he just wanted to bring it up so we could discuss it, that kind of stuff. The short story is, I Am Freedom doesn't have a stance, doesn't have a policy on what, or will not dictate what a project has to use, but we can provide a policy for you to use. But we can't be like, hey, you can use this. Anyways, so we got this ticket earlier today. So 6 hours ago, created. This is a lot of bullshit to read, right? I wasn't sure it was AI until I saw suggested fix. Use purple timeout add seconds and purple timeout removed for the send handler as well. Yeah, no shit. Risk. None for Pidgin. No, like the code is wrong. Yeah, I understand. When I wrote that code for, you know, well, let's even go find it. I might even had a comment that said it was like, whatever, IRC rate limit. Four years, 3 months ago when I wrote this. Elliot approved it. It's fine. Whatever. You know, shit gets through review. It happens. But when I added this, yep, I use G timeout add seconds instead of purple add seconds. Replace that G with a purple. I don't even know where the remove is. I don't think there is a remove. Is this really -1 +1? We might have gotten it different. The later revisions might have changed it because we added a priority queue to this shortly after. Yeah, I made a typo. Oh, what? Like all IRC login time commands, login time commands skip the rate limiter. So this probably has remove in it. If it doesn't, then the AI is just lying like they do. Yeah. So the AI is just fucking lying. The patch is a -1+1. They gave me a mountain of fucking text to read for a -1+1 patch. Then you see there's an attached file here. Attaching the change is a mercurial change set rather than a review request. Logging into reviews.imfreedom.org through hub.imfreedom.org fails with the 500 error. I can't reproduce this. So I could not post one. This patch applies to the tip of release 2.x.y with HG import and carries the commit message and testing notes. Generally speaking, most people don't, well, actually, they call this a change set, which probably isn't the right name anyways. Okay, so I'm confusing things. It says it's patched. Let's actually download it. Let's look at it. Okay, yeah, it's just normal patch. Oh, and this does have both, apparently. I don't know why, yeah. But, so, that's, okay, whatever. Like, this is just a normal patch. It's not an HG patch, it's just a patch. And yeah. I thought it was a change bundle, which is my bad. I'm mixing up nomenclature. A change bundle, or is it change bundle? There's pull bundles and clone bundles. Oh, they're just called bundles. So you can put a stack of mercurial commits into a bundle. You can bundle them together. And then you can clone directly from that. You can pull from it, whatever, right? It's just like, it's a partial mercurial repository. These are used for certain things like speeding up cloning, right? So when you go to clone a repo, in most cases, it will download everything and then it has to apply all the changes on top of each other to get you to the known state. This generally works by pulling a patch apply, pull a patch apply, pull a patch apply, yada yada, or change that, right? So a change, whatever your unit of changes. Mercurial realized a long time ago this is slow as fuck, because what ends up happening is your download speed is generally 1,000,000 times faster than your compute speed, because you have to do SHA checksums for all of this, right? That's what a commit hash is. It's a SHA, well, most of them should all be SHA-2 now. I don't know why they didn't just go to SHA-3, but whatever. Maybe SHA-3 wasn't done yet. But when they realized SHA-1 was going to start, or was losing its, protection's not the right word, I don't know. Its reliability, sure. They started moving everything into SHA-2. Did Git ever finish moving to SHA-2? I don't know that it did. Mercurial did, though. So anyways, what they do is, Mercurial has a thing built in when you're cloning over HTTP, well, not even necessarily cloning over HTTP, but you can make it so that the client can find what we call clone bundles, which is a bundle of all the commits in one big glob that it can download to the local machine as a very fast bursty HTTP transfer, or scopy or whatever, however the fuck you want to set it up. And then you just pull from that like you were pulling from it like it was on disk. And therefore you remove the network IO from everything and you just have local disk IO and CPU to worry about. So it makes clones way faster. And likewise, you can do this with polling too. So like if somebody is, so like you can do like weekly and daily polls as well, right? So or bundles for every day and then, you know, a week, whatever, just like you would like a backup situation and stuff. So, you know, if somebody's like 3 months behind and they pull, you get the last couple, or so whatever, you pull the last 3 months of clone bundles, then the weeks up before it, or pull bundles, then the weeks up before it and that, and you've got like 4 or 5 HTTP downloads or whatever, right? Rather than pulling potentially tens of thousands commits in one at a time. Git was supposed to get this at some point. I don't know if they ever did. Eric Von Gist, who used to work at Atlassian on Bitbucket, did a presentation about it at some Git conference years ago. Oh, so there's a Git bundle. Oh, not EVZ. EVJ? Eric Von Gist. Oh, I can't think of how the fuck to spell his name. I have him on Facebook, but I'm not going to pull up Facebook right now. Maybe one of these links to it. But yeah, so the Git bundle stuff just follows what Mercurial did. And this doesn't mention Eric at all. But yeah, anyways, it's the same deal. But anyways, you can pass those around to move a bunch of commits, stuff like that. And that's what I thought this person was referring to. Ian said, anybody who can find the bug report for telepathy haze, he will give them a chocolate fish. I'm not sure what that means. Could be a Kiwi thing. Gumboy strikes again. Uh-oh. Sounds good. Oh, did we pull this up? Yeah, we did. So, the Facebook protocol plugin is now special case to have a sensible name in the telepathy API. Seems to work with empathy 2.27.91 if you delete haze.manager, which will no longer be shipped in a future release with a stable... Oh, he was... Okay, he just linked... He didn't... He linked to the line in the file. He didn't link to the thing. Oh, of course, the issues aren't here. Is this on free desktop? I'm not sure if telepathy is on free desktop or GNOME. I guess we can try GNOME too. It's probably not here. Yeah. Fucking hate GitLab, man. It's like, oh, the repo doesn't exist. Instead of just saying not found, it asks you to log in. It's just like, no, just fucking, yeah. Oh, I remember, folks. Okay, so it's not here. Projects. Okay. Ha! Will Thompson. Nice. Reziak. Seriously. Doesn't seem to mention a ticket, though. So, yeah, so in everyone's thing it said, Big Brown Chunks Facebook, I am. Oh, that's really funny. In 2009. Is there any more of a commit message here? I don't know how GitLab. No, stay here. All right, we're just on the full commit. And obviously GitLab didn't exist in 2009. So, did they have Bugzilla? Yeah. Come on. Oh, come on. Is it running? This probably isn't going to get us there, but... Oh, it's not going to work, though. Haze. There are really no bugs here? What the fuck is it? Oh, timeout. I was like, what the fuck is a 504? Like, 502? 500? 503? Sure. 504? What even is 501? Not implemented. Okay. Is there a 505? I should get 500s, 502s, and 503s. Oh, HTTP version not supported. I've never seen that one before. Variant also what the fuck? Insufficient storage. Okay. Loop detected. Nice. It's probably not gonna work here. You know, maybe it's under telepathy or oh, I don't know where it would be here. Well, let's see. Oh, yeah, all these are just empty. Ooh. Well, okay, whatever. That's hilarious though. Oh. I was like, what the hell did they do? And then I'm like, wait, no, this is my patch. But yeah. Like, how much water got fucking polluted for that person to find that issue? Find a fix. Create the issue. Create a patch. Fail to log in with it. Create an issue. And then just send a patch in the review tracker because it's like, what the fuck, man? Like, it hurts. It hurts, man. I feel like someone just mentioned Retro Purple because somebody just started the repo. But just blows my mind, man. Blows my fucking mind. At first I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, oh wait, no. It does have the /s on the end, but it wrapped for me. I can't paste here, can I? That'd be cool, but I can't, you know. It wrapped for me, so I'm like, what? Though it took me a second. I assume, yeah. So it wrapped for me. So I was like, I'm like, was that meant to be a question mark that was typoed? I'm like, oh no, it's /s, sarcasm. Okay, okay. This is why we kappa on Twitch. Yeah, just kappa. Oh. I was like, who dinged me on Zulip? Oh, I did. I dinged myself. Don't tell Jesus. Okay, we're at 2.5 hours. What time is it? Fuck, it's almost midnight. Alright. I gotta wrap up here soon. Like I said, we're not gonna get this finished tonight. This is the whole reason why I've been trying to avoid this fucking thing. This is gonna get nitpicked to shit. And it's just... I'm just like, bro, just stop. AI bros, fuck off. Do I still have that AI punks thing? AI bros, fuck off. No, I think I deleted that a while ago. Yeah, I did. Yep. Alright. There have been a number of past decisions that are relevant to whether or not AI system work should be accepted. We believe these past decisions were not explicitly about AI. Represent who we are as a project and community. I should put some M dashes in here so people think it's AI. Which didn't directly link to whatever. After much discussion, it was decided that there wasn't technically a license violation, but we felt that it went against the spirit of the GPL, and thus decided not to recommend that plugin. The author eventually rewrote the plugin to talk to the Skype web API. Which then avoided the issues that were laid out in the mailing list thread and led to a GPL compatible version being created, which was also discussed in that thread. The plugin author could have walked away at any point, but decided to stick around and has written many plugins since that many of our users have come to depend on. Trying to give Ian a hat tip without also just calling him out. Like, he gets called out in the thread, that's fine. And like, I wouldn't have a problem calling him out here and bringing up his name or shouting him out's a better way rather than calling him out. But if this is supposed to be policy, we shouldn't be naming people. Right? It's like the policy, it says Bob can't use the bathroom after lunch because he blows it out every day. Right? You don't do that. I mean, maybe you do. It depends on your workplace, but most places wouldn't. Like, Bob has to go to the gas station because those bathrooms are already bad. So there is Yahoo decompilation patches. So we can't seem to find the mailing list threads for this. I might have more. So I mentioned earlier, we had the I Am Freedom mailing or board meeting on Saturday. The board meeting itself took about an hour. Our call started at 7 a.m. my local time. I got off the call at 2:30 in the morning. What happens is we all have known each other for 20 some odd years. We talk once a year during the board meeting. So we get through the board meeting super fast and then we just bullshit for hours. Which reminds me. Did he respond? No, he did not. Unfortunately, one of the normal board members couldn't make it this week, and we didn't know that until the day of because I forgot to message him ahead of time. And his email stuff, we have to figure out what he's doing with his email because his email doesn't make it to us. We're not worried about typos right now. Everything's going to be possibly reworded and whatever. So anyways, he said that he was actually available this coming weekend, but wasn't available this past weekend. So then it was just like, we had both these dates as candidates for the board meeting. You guys want to do this again next week? So Saturday, we're doing our bullshitting discussion again. Starting at 7 o'clock, and I scheduled it for 23 and a half hours because who knows when the fuck it's going to end. But I'm probably going to pick up pizza beforehand so that I have something to snack on for the hour-long conversation that goes on. Also, since this has nothing to do with the board, we also invited Ivanhoe, QLogic, ChipX86, and I forget who else. We're not going to stream it or anything because we just talk about all random shit because we've all just been friends for 20 years and we just only talk once a year. So, but yeah. Together with BS, and hope you continue improving your health. Yep, have a good one, Scarred. Catch you later. There's the typo. That's going to be one of many. This looks wrong. I know it's going to be because it wants that. Sure. Well, we can't find the documentation for this at the time. At this moment. Many years ago, someone had, I think this was on IRC. And I for sure do not have logs from Pidgin or Hash Game anymore. And quietly started decompiling the Yahoo. What did Yahoo actually call itself? Yahoo Messenger? It was just Yahoo Messenger? Yeah. Okay. I had quietly decompiled the Yahoo it just really doesn't like decompiled, huh? Decompiled is a word, right? There's decompiler. Look at that. I got my answer. I didn't even have to destroy any counties, countries, states, waterways. Right. And started submitting patches to us. We were immediately suspect of them as they were changes that I'm trying to figure out where to work this in. I need to talk about clean room design, and I need to talk about how we stay off of people's shit lists. And I don't want to do that just in here. I think I need to do that as a separate section. And, we're immediately suspect of them as they appeared to be complete understandings implementations of things that are normal, that are nations of things that the people that knew Yahoo best hadn't even started looking at yet. All right. I just wanted to finish that thought, so I'll change this title later, right? So instant messaging freedoms, history, of supporting interoperable. I'm trying real hard. Oh, it's TER. Okay. All right. What did I have? What was the change? INTER. Oh, PERABLE. Okay. Oh yeah, operable. Fuck. Game/Pidgin, which to the creation of instant messaging freedom. Got popular. Let's just say about for now. Popular because it allowed people to use a single client across multiple chat networks, including proprietary. Still not right. Proprietary. No. God, my brain is shutting off here. Including proprietary networks. support for proprietary networks. Was always at risk of intellectual. This is. I'm just fucking tired. Of violating intellectual property laws. So we were at a point to I'm trying to not get to legalese at all, but avoid any and all confusion. Any and all actions that could be confused as violating those laws. We used, have, and continue to use clean room design. Did I sew that up? Yep. Oh, okay. Desing. We have and continue to use clean room design. As our primary method of reverse engineering. I don't even know that we have other mentions now. Yeah, I guess that's fine. This typically amounts to monitoring and inspecting network traffic through various means. I've never knowingly accepted any code that resulted from that was the result of result of decompilation. Of proprietary application. So to touch base on this a little bit more, I was showing this before. I'm not going to bother doing the whole demo again. But there's a bunch of tools out here you can use for this, right? Many people are familiar with Wireshark, formerly known as EtherShark or Etherreel. That's how long I've been around. When did they change their name? Released 1998. Originally named Etherreel, the project was renamed Wireshark in May 2006 due to trademark issues. Really? Okay, I didn't realize that's why they changed the name. I thought they did it because they started adding USB support and shit. So like it didn't make sense for it to have Ether in the name anymore because it did more than Ethernet. And even then, I mean, it did TCP and whatever, but sure. Right, so like a lot of AIM was famously done this way. Kingant.net. So, Mark still has all of this up. Of course, that's totally a Mark thing to do too. Oh, this is not very thorough, but yeah. But this has been here. All right, so some docs. It's nice to lay out fairly complete. I'm sure all these are dead and they're probably like porn websites or something now. So let's see. Oh, problem loading page. Yep, go figure. I don't want to export to GitHub. Oh, you used to give me a way to download everything. All right, well, you guys can't see this, but all right, let me check this quick. Okay. So this is an old Google code thing. I thought there used to be a way to like download the source from here. Oh, download a copy for the repo. What was this called? J. Oscar. Documentation, sure. I was trying to save it for prosperity. Although I think all the modern stuff for like Open Oscar server, the other stuff probably does a better job. But you know, here's all this, right? So like people, you know, came across this with all sorts of ways and whatever. I don't know if they did anything decompilation wise, but as far as I know, all this was Wiresharked. It's based on XML file somehow. Like multiple people have figured out Oscar and stuff by now too. So there's even multiple implementations back in the day. What is the one? So ironically, I ended up working with a guy that used to work on the Perl version of Oscar. Which is like small fucking world. But yeah, right. So like people, you know, they document stuff, they put it out, whatever, blah, blah, blah. A lot of it came from observation. Right? Or actually, all of it came from observation. What am I saying? Ugh. I've never knowingly accepted any code that was a result of decompilation of a proprietary application. What do I want to... There's something else I want to put here. We can't reasonably expect people to honor our licenses if we don't honor theirs. Um, Support for proprietary networks was always at risk of violating intellectual property laws, but made it a point to avoid any and all actions that could be confused as violating those. Maybe construed? Construed as violating those laws. We have and continue to use cleanroom design as our primary method of reverse engineering. This typically amounts to monitoring and inspecting network traffic through various means. We have never knowingly accepted any code that was a result of decompilation of a proprietary application. We cannot reasonably expect people to honor our license if we do not honor theirs. Sure. Yeah. These patches. Oh, okay, that's what we're gonna. These patches would have broken the clean room design. Process and put the project at risk. And therefore could not be accepted. Okay. So, like, we have this whole thing up to look at it, and it's not yet. So, artificial intelligence. Okay. Nothing looks too crazy yet or anything. Cool. Oh. Wow. So the thing that struck all this tonight, I posted this on Mastodon, and it's it's running pretty good at the moment. I'll also put it on Blue Sky. Let's see if Blue Sky updated. So I even tagged my normal Blue Sky account, but I don't have a Blue Sky account. Well, I do, but I can't use it anymore because they won't let me use it until I enter my birthday, and there's no fucking reason Blue Sky needs my birthday. So they will not get it. We don't have a big Blue Sky presence, so I'm not expecting this to go anywhere. But the point was to get it out to a couple places, the places where it was likely to be seen by AI. Not that AI knows what the fuck any of it means, but, you know, whatever. All right. I believe this discussion happened in hash game, but no one has logs from back then. Although Okay. So we're logged in SourceForge because I'm trying to get to tickets. Patches. Can I search this? Let's go to the end because that's probably... So we still have all of our history here, as you can see. So it was sometime after I was involved in the project. So this is 2002, so not yet. That jumps to the end, doesn't it? Fuck. Go to 9, and then click the little... This navigation sucks. Hold duplicate, fix, close rejected. Oh, the GTQ unstable branch, that's why it's rejected. Okay, cool. Sure. Can I filter on the type? They're all closed. I need close rejected. Alright, if Rob was involved, it's too old. Rob was almost completely done by the time I got involved. Strip fate tags from messages. Oh, this is from Sean? Wait, what? What? Or no, this is the assignee. Okay. Oh. I'm forgetting. I can filter by close rejected. Close remind. What? Close rejected. Toggle away. What? No. Show offline. No. Fucking server file. Accepted. Rejected. Compile bug with GCC 2.9.5. GCC's on like 19 now or something. Oh, no, that's different. Okay. We used to have a dash login command line option. If the alias for AIM username is me AIM and Yahoo is username, then the following changes to the code with love. And yeah, this is what open source development looked like in 2005. This was our issue tracker. Or Yahoo-like. New smileys for Yahoo. Fix allow posts to be handled like other IMs. Default game theme updated to the newest Yahoo smileys. All the stuff is here. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm curious why this got rejected. Game doesn't check for available disk space when a file transfer begins. The patch introduces a new function, game X for check space, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's not this at all. Although that name sounds familiar. Yeah, Adil is definitely a name I remember, but I don't remember why. Oh, because it's Sidrul. He went by Adil at some point? Okay, whatever, sure. Like I said, it sounded familiar, but I didn't know why. Alright, that's not a big deal. Levi Bard sounds familiar too. Okay, that's all fine. How are we almost out of all... Okay, maybe they didn't appear here, jeez. Minor changes to the status API. This ought to be good. Game account gets status type with primitive. Return a list of all status types with some primitive. This is useful in case there's more than one status can have the same primitive but with different attributes. There are two available statuses, one with a message and one without the message. Yeah. This is the kind of level of nonsense we used to put up with. Like, yeah. And just give them all a message. And then just set it if it exists or not. Fuck. Alright, so, yeah, I don't know. Well, it's not in our issue tracker. Alright, well, we tried. Well, the discussion happened in Hash Game, but no one has the logs from back then. Okay, cool. Legal risk, and therefore could not be accepted. I want to say there's another instance of this somewhere. But I can't recall. Right. And this whole thing is kind of like the same as just like the AI contributors too, right? It's like this is the parallel I'm trying to make, right? Like I need to describe it more. The point is to do another section after this. It's give the history and then compare it to the current stuff, where somebody decompiled the binary, and if they just convert that back into C code, they reverse engineer it, understand what it does, and then just re-implement that exactly. That is debatable by a court of law on whether or not that is copyright or IP theft or not. But it's just something we don't want to deal with at all, right? Like, yeah, it might take more time to figure stuff out and go from there, but it is what it is, right? There's another thing I can mention here too. I did find this in the email logs on under the mailing list. If we search this for trillion, oh, there's more here than I thought. There's some discussion here. Well, I can find it again. So, turned over allegations that Trillion store codes code from games. Scott Warndorfer, co-founder and manager of Cerulean Studios, and Sean himself, the lead developer at the time, arranged for Sean to review Trillion's Yahoo source code in order to confirm that it was not stolen from game. He signed an NDA that prevents him from discussing any specifics, but you can trust me that the code is very obviously not games, with the exception of the old authentication code written by himself, which you've expressly permitted them to use. Oh, I thought he worked with them on that. Okay. Oh, and the new auth code written by Scott, which he expressly permitted us to use, right? So, even back in the day, Trillion is still proprietary, right? We worked with Trillion, in both cases, to figure out Yahoo authentication. Right? It's not that hard. You just talk to people. Heaven forbid that, you know, people working on a communication application talk to other people. It's ridiculous. The code posted by Stefan Esser, which started this issue, Yahoo Packet Reading Game, is certainly similar enough to compile into the same machine language. But having compared the function in each code base, I'm convinced this is entirely coincidental. I challenge you to write code to parse an efficient, sensible Yahoo Messenger packet that compiles to something that doesn't resemble games or trillions. Trillion and Game have been friends a long time. They've just allowed us to use their Yahoo authentication code, and these attempts to silence attacks on their character, sending their own code to the lead developer and open source competitor, are unprecedented. Trillion should be thanked, not slandered. This should probably go in here somewhere. It is 2 L's, right? Yeah. The 2 L's? That's allegations. Allegations. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure we predate Trillion. So... This doesn't show a registration date? Oh, look at that. All right. An agreement was made with... I got more to write before this. I'm just trying to spit this out before I go find the other stuff. Alleged copied source code and was found to not be stolen. Sure. Did that render right? So we have to go back and find the rest of this. And then after that, I'm going to bed. So we are looking for something from Stefan... something, whatever the hell his name was. Esser. And then they rewrote it? What the hell? Oh, wait, no. This is from... $229, $937. The order's backwards? I don't know what the hell the order is here. What the fuck? No, I just want devil. You can't have both, apparently. Or, okay, wait, or I'm being dumb. Nope. You just can't do both. Okay, fine, whatever. Okay, this should get me to the top of the thread, eventually. New entire thread. Who packet parlor? It's not off. I don't. This didn't show me the whole thread. Please stop quoting me. Okay, so I don't know why that thread got broke, but sure. Oh, because I'm searching just for this damn person. Alright, so we're looking for GPL code theft. Oh, alright, so on February 28th of 2004, I was already with the project for over 6 months at this point. I think a lot of other people do like to know what steps the game developer is going to take against Cerulean Studios. After your team has publicly stated on full disclosure that packet handler code is indeed stolen, mail from Nathan Welf, which that's not his name. It's Walp. Whatever. What are you going to do? Or do you plan nothing to do and further support GPL code thieves just because they share Yahoo auth code with you? I think tolerating the theft is like Sko and Fedor pointed out for them a violation of GPL paragraph 4. A confused Confucius. Christian, ChipX86 responds. Go read what Nathan said closer. You horribly misunderstood and are about to cause a major battle that is unnecessary. We've helped Cerulean Studios and they've helped us. There is no code theft. We're gonna have to find that other message. Why is this email thing fucking sucks, man? This whole thread view thing does not work right. And this didn't give me like the next in thread or anything, did it? No, of course not. Why would it? What is this about? Oh, what did I say? Someone said, I guess it's Sean. I talked with I Am Giant over the phone when I first learned about them. I know you guys can't read this. I'm trying. They had hired a contractor to do the job, and he just gave them game, claiming they could use it without a problem. They seemed to be willing to comply, and I pointed out that they now have a project on SourceForge. This is clearly not yet GPL compliant, and I will be following up. On the SourceForge page, they do include a source zip, which is password protected. I investigated, and it's the game 1.0 source tarball with some XML and images for their dashboard thing. In short, there's no other code other than game. I'd like to keep this mostly quiet. If we piss these people off by getting slash-dotted and millions of angry nerds making death threats, we will be less likely to get them to reason with them. I'll admit that I haven't done enough yet. I Am Blaze has been around for a long while. I'll step up my efforts a bit and be sure to keep everyone posted. Cool. Yep. GPL violations. Good times. Okay, what is this full disclosure thing? This is also on 229. This is from Steven Esser. I think this is the Cerulean guy. I don't know. I don't know code is shown to you, but if you have seen the real code, you are simply a liar. Would have been okay if you asked Eric to... No, okay, so this is not the Trillion dude. There's double license the code. He already said that he would give you the code to Trillion people. Your claim is a fucking joke. The chances that you and Trillion thought up the same code 1-to-1 is so minimal. Everyone on the list will just look into the issue, will not believe you. Just one example. Why in hell would someone choose 64 byte for the key size? Keys are decimal numbers? What the fuck are you talking about? You own a 64 machine, these are around 32 cars or so. Why the hell did you both choose coincidentally 64 bytes? Just one of many examples? What? Using ADI instead of stir2L is still derived code? Browser is not efficient. It would be trivial to write a far more efficient one with the use of memcar. What the fuck is memcar? Scan memory for a character. Huh. Sure. Oh, it's like stir car. Okay, got it. Sean says, concerned over allegations that Trillion stole code from games. Scott, okay, yeah, this is the one we looked at before. Is full disclosure a mailing list? I think it is. Luke says, I'm not responding to most of this, but I'd like to see you write a better one that works on both big and little indie machines, on both 32 and 64-bit systems, with Memstar, without using ugly defines to handle the Indianness and such. Okay, and that's probably where we came back with the other thing. Is this worth I think part of this is worth mentioning because it talks about how we've worked with others in the past, right? And that is not what we see with people using these AI tools. Yeah. All right, but I can't find the rest of this, and I am tired as shit. So it is time for me to go to bed. All right, we got to start on this. That's cool. All right, we're gonna go retoggle because he's on, and he like just started. Yeah, 5 minutes ago. Good timing. All right, so we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go retoggle bit. If you don't want to join the raid, you can go ahead and hit cancel above chat. Well, otherwise, there's nothing you need to do. Yeah, YouTube, this is where we're going. Is he multi-streaming? I never ask, and I should just go fucking check. Does not look like he is live. So we are going over here. If you want to follow us, oh, there's nobody in Yahoo, or nobody in Yahoo again either. Anyways, you can find links to all my social media right over here. I do post my Mastodon when I'm going to go live. And you can also join us on the official Pidgin Zulip server. Zulip is an open source chat network, chat software, and they will do hosting and stuff like that. It's a good time. But yeah, so thank you everybody for coming by tonight, and until next time, adios.